We're talking about the Zoomfly 6. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Cody with The Shoeing with Cody, and today we got ourselves a good one. I'm giving you my first impressions and some tech specs of the Nike Zoomfly 6. I just got this in the mail, and I had maybe about like 10 or 11 miles into this so far, and I definitely have some ideas, and I got a lot of thoughts about this shoe. Now, before I dive into all that goodness, I do want to point out one thing. Nike did send this shoe to me for review, but they have no idea what I'm going to say in this video or any of my content that I'm covering about this shoe or any Nike gear at all. I also have a favor to ask. Hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. You know you want to, costs you absolutely nothing, but it definitely helps the channel. Now let's sit back, relax, and let's talk about the Zoomfly 6 by Nike. To kick this video off, I am going to talk about the tech specs, and there's definitely a lot to like about the shoe. The number one thing for me is the Zoom X. It is just, I mean, look at that. It is just really, really nice. And you get a ton of it. It is I believe about an 8mm drop shoe, and we're looking at 42 in the heel, and we are looking at 34 in the forefront. Really nice. This is a lot of Zoom X that you're getting in this shoe. You also, this Zoomfly is like other versions of it. It has a plate. All right, this upper is really nice. There's really nothing to it. It's just really, I don't know, like engineered mesh. Does a really good job. The tongue is gusseted, and we're talking about a full gusseted. And you can see it's very paper thin. The Zoom X or Zoomfly is really kind of that counterpart to the Vaporfly or the Alpha Fly. This is kind of that training partner. So very similar features to the upper that you might get in one of those super shoes. The tongue, again, look at that. I mean, there's not much there, but I will say the padding is where you want it to be. Hard to see it. It's right here down the middle. So when you are cinching that up, no issues with it digging into the foot. Very nice. I mean, this is stout right here. This is not like your Vaporfly or your Alpha Fly. I mean, you're getting a fantastic heel counter right here. I can barely even bend it. Again, overall, I wear a men's 9.5 for most shoes, but for Nike, I do have to go up to a size 10 just to accommodate my foot. And you're looking close to like about 9 ounces, which isn't terrible for a shoe. That is going to be that counterpart. This is not your race day shoe. I'm putting this in the category of training partner or training shoe for daily miles, speed work, and long distances. I think where this one kind of excels is being able to use this for going those double digits, where you do want to add some work in the middle of it, or you want to go push the pace. Not like drop the hammer, but want to push the pace. I can see where this shoe becomes really nice. You pair this with a Vaporfly, you got that good 1-2 punch, or the Alpha Fly, depending on your preference. You just get that good 1-2 punch that really I think people might like. For me, it does run, again, I'm a size 10, and all Nike true to size for that. So if you are your typical Nike size, definitely go with that. I would also say here, is accommodating. It's more accommodating than other Nike shoes. Don't get me wrong. If you got wide feet, I think you're still going to be busting through the seams, but it's definitely more accommodating than other shoes. Other Nike shoes, I actually think if you have a narrow foot, this might actually be too much material. For once. It doesn't happen often with Nike shoes, but I do think if you have a super narrow foot, there might just be too much materials up here, and you might get bunching, which again, not really a big issue, but it just might bother you. Again, I find it perfectly fine, not finding it too snug. Kind of like that race to upper kind of style. Again, for this shoe, you're looking at $170, and I think you get a lot for that price point. And again, if you are looking for that 1-2 punch, it's one shoe for a lot of your training runs, I think the Zoomfly 6 definitely offers that. While I know you love tech specs, I know you clicked on this video for that first impression. What am I thinking about the Zoomfly 6? And honestly, it's the best Zoomfly that I've had in ever. I've tried this shoe before, and the other versions were fine. Really nothing to write home about. I love the Vaporfly, I love the Alpha Fly. And the Zoom Fly just kind of felt short to me. I just didn't really like that shoe. I didn't feel fast in it. I kind of felt heavy in it, and I just felt clunky in it. Then the Zoom Fly 6 came in, and it's just completely different. So for me, I have to take all the other negative relationships I have with the Zoom Flies, throw it out, because this is a brand new shoe, and it feels really nice. I've been really like clicking off the miles. For me, again, I'm putting in that daily trainer long run shoe where you kind of want to pick the pace up, be very comfortable, and as well as speed work. I've done, again, about like 10 or 11 miles in it, and I felt surprisingly fast in the shoe. My first run in it, I think it was like about 5 miles out of the box, comfortable, just really got the job done. The Zoom X is just, it's money. Zoom X is just a really, really nice foam. I think if you like Zoom X, you're just gonna like this foam. It just does the job. There's a lot of stack in it, but I find it stable. I didn't find myself kind of wiggly, or I have bad ankles, and I have no issues with that at all. Again, honestly, at 42 millimeters, at this point, it's kind of not even high stack anymore with all the crazy stack shoes we were getting. But again, the Zoom X is where the magic is at, and it felt really nice in those runs. I felt faster than I wanted to go out. I was going for an 8:30 pace, and I was closer to the 7:30s. And again, that's not pushing the pace. That's not me throwing the hammer down, but I do want to point out it just feels like a fast shoe. Upper, no issues at all. Good lockdown in, and honestly, just it's good. There's nothing like wow about this upper. It gets the job done. It's very, very breathable. So if you're in the South, I think you're gonna like that. People up north with the winter coming in, wear thicker socks. But again, the tongue, great. I love the counter. I'm a huge fan, especially on training runs. I like a good heel counter. I do not need a paper thin one. I do not need the Vaporfly or the Alpha Fly for a training shoe. So I'm happy they have a more stout heel counter. Locked it in, kind of forgot that it was on. The one kind of maybe two negatives I'm going to put out. While I felt fast, I still need to do some real speed work in this shoe. So I want to caveat that I don't know how well it's going to be. If I'm ripping 4x800s or it felt fast. I do have some pause on that. This feels like it could be a great long run shoe where I want to lock in like a 710, 720 pace and just cruise for 15, 18 miles and get that extra comfort. Dropping it in the low sixes, I'm a little concerned by that. Again, I only have 10, 11 miles into the shoe, so I definitely need to get that 30, 35 plus miles in the shoe. So I still have a lot of testing to do, but I do want to caveat that. The other thing is $170 is a lot. I know you're gonna be like, well, Cody, it has a plate. I get it. I just want to call that out. I wish this was a little bit cheaper. $170. Again, the cost of everything is getting high. It's unfortunate, but I wish this was a little bit cheaper, because I think if it was a little bit cheaper, I think a lot of people would be flocking to this, because I do think it's a great option for a daily trainer. It's a long run shoe. It just offers a lot. And if it was a little bit cheaper, I think more people would jump on it. Again, I need to get a ton more miles into this. This is just my first impressions. And so far, my first impressions are really positive. The Zoom Fly 6 finally feels like Nike has a counterpunch. It has a training partner for the Vaporfly and the Zoom Fly, or the Alpha Fly. Again, more miles to come in, so you're definitely going to hit that subscribe button. You want to watch it when this full review comes out, and while you're at it, hit the like button. And thanks for checking out this latest review. Till next time, I'll see you all out on the run.